If my hair is like straight. I'm channeling the actress part of me right now. Yeah. Oh.
That's good. Take 10.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Demi, Kiara, and you're watching Talk Down. We're gonna get into some topics about time, energy, and I hope you enjoy.
They let it talk down when I'm not around, yeah. It's only tied down when I'm out of town, no. I don't trust many when I'm in the city. I never been a shooter, but I keep them with me. Watch them steal the style and say they inspire. Bitch, I been a boss who wanna get higher. They let it talk down when I'm not.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talk Down. It's your boy Ryan.
I'm Juan, and we have another guest. We have Demi here.
Yes.
Hi, guys. I'm Demi Kiara, singer-songwriter.
Oh, okay. So, see, I was going to introduce her as a singer, entertainer, right? Not only a songwriter.
Not only, we do it all over here.
So, do you have any projects right now that people can actually go check out?
Right now, I only have a single out on SoundCloud. You can find it, Demi Kiara.
We'll put the link in the description.
We'll put it around here somewhere.
And I do have a lot of things that are unreleased right now, but I'm working to put something out really soon.
Nice. And if knowing the camp that she's working with, she's going to come strong. So,
yeah. Be on the lookout.
Yeah. Just to get to know you a little bit, we wanted to ask, what's one quality about you that people probably don't know, but you would like them to?
So I'm really real.
Okay.
I'm really real, and not a rude way or nothing. It's just like I kind of see it how it is, you know, and I just say it how it is because you got to be straight up sometimes. People like to put on a whole facade, be like,
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that.
At all. It's just like, nah, your energy, what you put out there.
You could tell.
It's funny that she used the word energy because when we asked our guests, what do you want to talk about, right? And some guests are like, what do you guys want to talk about? But she's like, yo, I want to talk about energies and frequencies. And I'm like, holy shit. And I told Ryan, I'm like, dude, we could talk about all of these. So people that like talking about energies and frequencies, those people normally seek out the truth because they are the truth. So, right? And I got that. And I got that from you. So
being very deep too, it's just like I love having conversations that's just gonna like, you're gonna get lost in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I hate though? A lot of y'all fake deep motherfuckers out there, like,
oh my God, that gets deep.
When you're deep, you don't have to promote it, right?
Right.
People will meet you, like she said, based off your energy. Like, you already know what it is from jump. I know who I'm talking to when I'm talking to them. I don't be like, nah, I respect it. I don't have to say it. People should be talking about how deep you are instead of you talking about how deep you are.
Oh, so. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like we said, your energy speaks before you do.
Facts.
Right,
before you
exactly.
Open your mouth, you already told who you are.
So now that we've warmed it up, we actually have a really good topic, and I feel like this is one that, you know, in us and all the times of doing this, we never even thought about it, and it's an important one. And we had Infamy who was here, and he mentioned time. And to paraphrase what she said, she was like, timing, right time left, because people tend to think that they're running out of time when really they're moving at their own time zones. And you mentioned time spheres.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, why exactly did you pick time, and what did you want to talk about?
Because I feel like as an artist, there's a lot of people that, you know, do what you do. A lot of people that are like, all right, I'm a rapper, I sing. And people like to compare where they're at with everybody else. And really, you need to move at your own pace, because just because somebody's over there, you don't know how long they've been working at it. It's 10 years of hard work. You don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we're Latino, right? So you're Latino, right?
Yeah, I'm
okay. I almost threw that out there. We're Latino, and I feel like with timing, time is dictated by what our parents want of us or expect of us.
It's like, and their time. Because back then, time was a little bit different, let's be honest.
Yeah.
This isn't 1970, 1960 no more. Everything moves at a way faster pace. Everything's broadcasted more. We can do so much stuff mobilely now that it's so much more easier. Yeah, technology has transcended. To go with your point, what do you feel like stopped us from being able to do that?
What's stopping us now? I think personally what happens is that we now are able to self-identify a little. It's a little bit harder to self-identify because you're caught in the midst of what's going on in the world, right? You're influenced now.
Of course,
so
easier.
Yeah. So I'm operating, I look up to this person. But how fast did he do it? Shit, do I still have time? How old am I? You know, now you start comparing what your timeline's like. Do you ever find yourself doing that? At being a singer and trying to say, I look up to this singer. She was here or he was here at a certain point. Damn, am I behind?
See, whenever I catch myself even feeling like I need to be somewhere that I'm not, nobody else is your competition. You're your own competition. Your mind, your energy. It's like you stop yourself from what you want to do.
And the comparisons do as well, right? I think the more we compare ourselves to other people, that kind of
Yeah.
puts us down. So for me, I see a lot of comparisons. Like people like, oh, damn, he's so much bigger. I want to look like him, but it's gonna take me this long. That stops you from getting where. Just keep going.
Yeah, you
like for
have
me,
to.
you just gotta keep doing this shit. Whether it's you want to be a singer, get
Anything
better in
like
shit,
that.
yeah, whatever it is, just keep doing it. I guarantee you, the time invested is gonna pay off. You're gonna look back and be like, damn, it only took me 2 years to actually do this. But when you first started, 2 years sounded like fucking a century from now. Like, and it's like, damn, that's all it really took. Like,
Yeah.
It's literally consistency. Consistency is key, and hard work, because once you get caught up in everything else, I feel like you're gonna hold yourself back.
You know what it is, and I get it, right? Like consistency, 100%. But what exactly does consistency mean to you specifically? Because I feel like people throw that word around, and people say, I just got to be consistent, but they don't really know like what it takes to be consistent.
what is consistency?
Okay, so somebody once said to me, you can't just want it. You can't just be hungry for it. You have to be starving for whatever it is that you want. Ribs touching almost.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Consistency is about what you put out and you keep doing it. You can't just say you want it, and expect it to happen, because you know somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's real life. You got to put in that work, and
Right.
you have to be on it. Like,
Yeah.
how much do you want it to actually manifest it?
Yeah, and I think Infamy touched on previous episodes. He said you become crazy in a sense when you consistently do
A weirdo,
something.
yeah.
You become like a weirdo because you're out of touch by accident with society because you're so focused on what it is that end goal is. You might be dug up in writing songs and stuff like this. I might be dug up in going to the gym consistently and learning all this other stuff that sometimes by accident I forget to check in with people. I forget to do all these other things, and it's like, is it my fault that I'm trying to push myself to where I want to be, or is it like it's just a natural thing being consistent?
I just think that's what consistency means,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You sometimes have to keep your head down and work.
It's
Facts.
sacrifices.
Yeah. Oh, there
you
you
know
go.
how many like family events I haven't been able to do because I had to work, or I had to record a song.
Of course.
Or I had to
Prioritizing
do
it.
something literally, and that's what it comes down to. You're gonna miss the parties. You're gonna miss the clubs. You're gonna miss all these things. But really, what is that gonna do for you?
Right.
And that's
You're
what
working towards your goal.
I've always found myself asking me like, what people are like, oh, you don't go out enough, you don't do this, and I'm like, that is not for me. Like, what? That's not helping my end goal. It's almost like and I'm not saying it's not fun to do that stuff. Like, yeah, if you enjoy that stuff, go do it. But for me personally, I don't see myself going out to a club every weekend and being like, like that. To me, that's a waste of time. Personally, for me, like, I'm not saying you're me, and you're not me. But honestly, it's just like, it's not helping my goal. So I'm trying to be doing stuff that's actually gonna, like you said, I'm working hard as hell, whatever it is, and whether you believe me or not. When you see what I'm actually putting into effect, it's be like, oh damn, like you wasn't playing, you didn't waste your time.
That's a perfect segue to what I want to ask, especially with going out. And I feel like when you're young, you're told I'm supposed to go out and enjoy my life, right? But how do you balance enjoying your life and letting life pass you by when it comes to your time and your timeline?
I value my time so much, like with who I'm talking to, who I'm around, because your time and your energy, that's so valuable. You know what I mean? Like, energy can be tainted like that. Time can be wasted if you allow it to, like that.
Absolutely.
So it's like, to balance it, again, it comes down to like, people make time for what they want to make time for, you know?
That's true.
So it's like, sometimes, again, you can't go out, you can't do that, but all right, I didn't catch you this time, let me put in my work, I got you next time. It's really, it comes back to yourself on how well you are with balancing your schedule.
Right.
Facts.
You know,
Do you
'cause
feel
too
like,
much of anything isn't good.
actually, do you feel like, especially nowadays, society has forced us to, in a sense, fast forward our lives to do everything way more faster, especially in the social media era where it's like, everything's broadcast, everybody's like, oh, look at me doing this, oh, look at me doing that. Like, who the fuck cares?
You feel like you're missing out. Like,
Everybody's got their own TV show, like, and a lot of this shit has no purpose, has no substance behind it. It's just like, look, I hope I get Instagram famous off of this. Everybody's trying to publicize themselves to a point where it's just like everybody wants to be a celebrity for nothing.
But that's the problem too. That should not be your goal. Just to be famous, just for people to know your name. No, like, I mean, everybody's different, but I would think you want a purpose. You want to put something out into the world. Again, not everybody's like that, but like, if you have a significant purpose, points that you want to put out to everybody, you want to change the world in a sense, in whatever way you can, that's what's important. That should be your prime focus. And then what comes after, if it's fame or
as a result, like if you got famous because you help people do this or you help, and then you don't have to always help somebody.
But it should be a residual. That should be more of a residual.
The byproduct of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be your, oh, I want to get famous and then I want to do, like, no.
Nah.
Fame should be after the fact. Like, we're not trying to get famous talking to y'all. I don't give a damn if y'all know who I am, but I know for a fact that what I have to say in the conversations that we have, some of them matter to some people, and they can gather stuff from that. So.
I think the hardest part too is, again, I'm gonna go back to the Latinos, and you guys are gonna think I'm hating on our people, but I'm not. But it's also like, when are you gonna start a family? When are you gonna be in a relationship? At what point? Whose clock am I operating under? You know, like, why do I need to be in a relationship? You know what I mean? Why can't I focus on my career? And we've talked about this before. Our clocks are being sped up, like you said. The hands on the clock are being sped up because they want us to be in a family or have kids early like they did. And it's like, there's a problem with you when you don't.
Yeah.
It's their expectations of you. At least how I view it, it's everybody has their own perspective. Everybody's going to view things of how it should be. Mm-hmm. But bringing back to the original point of, like, time spheres and your time zone, you move at your own pace. Get me? Like,
I like that concept of time spheres.
Okay, I was actually talking about this with Chris, and we were talking about astrology and the stars, because I'm also kind of into that. And you know,
what's your sign, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
I'm a Leo.
Never mind. I was about to say you're a Pisces. I was like, nah. I'm a Pisces, by the way, guys. Holla at y'all.
So, you know, when you see a horoscope and, like, maybe somebody had something similar, it doesn't mean it's, or to my opinion, I don't think it's fake, you know? I think it's like, you saw that horoscope or that quote when you needed to see it. I saw it when I needed to see it. Maybe it's relevant to what's happening in my life now.
Some of them should be on point. I ain't gonna lie, them should be scary.
Oh my God.
I'd be like, wait a minute.
Like, it's like, okay, do you know what's
yeah.
Let me be a cynic, though. Because I'm kind of the person that I believe in energies. That's the weird thing, right? Like, I do believe in manifest destiny. Like, I am bringing exactly what's happening to me at my moment in my time sphere, which I love that term, by the way. I've never heard it phrased like that. So for me, I want to play a devil's advocate and say I believe in energy, but, you know, I feel like a fortune cookie telling me, yo, you're going to meet like your significant other tomorrow. It's just a freaking fortune cookie that like 20,000 people are probably reading at the same time. So I guess in keeping time as the topic, how do you feel that horoscopes in particular really do come about exactly when you need them? Like, exactly, kind of help me understand that a little bit better. I just think like that sometimes, like when you're, let's say like when you're just getting out of a relationship, right?
You go to Harvard.
You could be stretching it with that, though.
That's what I was gonna say, though. Like, sometimes you need like a word, and horoscopes are dead ass. If you don't know what you're thinking around, there's a lot of shit that don't make sense. You go and read some shit, or even if you watch a video or some shit. I think that's what I use horoscopes more for anything. Like, maybe I'm just like lost in that moment, and if I read it, like, oh shit, like, all right, bet. It's almost like a pat on the back type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, stay course, my dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like horoscopes, they're really generalized, you know? At least, well, for myself, sometimes they're very specific. It's weird. Like, it's kind of creepy. I don't
whoever's
know
writing them shits,
you're in my mind.
Y'all good.
But, really, when it comes down to time, I feel like certain things you need to hear, and maybe you don't know that you need to hear it yet.
And maybe your energy did call it.
Yeah, energy, again, is so powerful. I feel like that's also like a big...
So maybe it's not
And can I ask you a question right now? If you heard something today, and you heard that same thing last year, you can't tell me right now you wouldn't be thinking differently.
Right? Speaking in the essence of time,
right?
It would resonate a little bit differently now because
now why?
of where I am in my life.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what we're. It's not to say I don't believe in a horoscope. The words, I'm gonna be honest, they make sense sometimes. Like, but you have to be in the right, I guess you can say, state of mind to interpret them to however they fit to your life. That's why they make sense to so many people, because we interpret the same words differently. Okay. Right? Yeah. You can say, I can say the same shit to you and say the same shit to her, and they'll be like, oh wait, you're right, and y'all can tell me two different things. I'm like, okay, but that's what makes us us. Right. Like, so the horoscopes almost like draw us all together. And
all right, so Demi and Ryan kind of.
He's gonna download. Yo, what app should he download? Put it in the comments below.
Put it in the comments below.
All horoscope comments.
Well, one thing to close that off, I also talking about horoscopes, and to close this off, I promise. The one thing about time, and you mentioned time zones, and I'm gonna go literal with you. If I'm in Asia and I'm born in Asia and I'm a Leo, and Juan was born in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and he's Dominican, and he's a Leo, you mean to tell me that one horoscope is exactly what both of us need at the moment?
Again, it's interpretation and perception. That's not everything needs to be taken literal, you know?
Okay.
You're taking it too
I'm
direct.
very literal, yeah.
Yeah, too direct. Like, again, you might think about it differently.
There's a bunch of different horoscopes and billions of people.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I thought there was
really
only
it's
one
like-
person.
You thought he wrote them all?
Okay.
But it's really just like you pick and choose from what you read and what resonates with you, what makes sense to you. Again, Ryan said it, like you can
Oh, how we interpret things, and everybody's
Yeah.
different. Like the guy in Asia might be feeling a different way. He might be stressed the hell out. You might be super happy. I read the same shit. It might affect you differently. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
Oh, I never,
it's
you know
really
what?
your
I never
mindset.
looked at it that
yeah,
way.
yeah. If you're happy, it's like, oh, it's reassurance. If he's sad, he's like, damn, this shit's gonna pick me up. Like, you know what I mean? So it's,
You know what? It's funny. It's like when somebody says you good, right?
Right.
That can be taken so many different ways. Like you good,
yeah.
you good.
Oh, you good.
Yeah. Like, chill, stop bugging. Like,
yo,
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
it's just how you take it. If you're mad and somebody says you good, you're gonna be like, what?
Oh, that's very true.
Right?
Okay.
bet.
You guys maybe have switched.
To jump off that real quick, we talked about just time, right? And your time sphere and how everybody's different. For me, what do you feel like being more patient has allowed you to? Do you feel like you've become better overall as a person, growing wise, because you were a little bit more patient and not clocking yourself on everybody's watch, for lack of a better term?
I feel like I have, you know, like it's helped me that I'm aware that I don't need to be compared to everybody else or clock myself. I feel like that helps me out with time management, my own mindset. Above anything else, that's, I feel like, most important. Where your mental is, your soul, you. Like, you, once you take care of that and you realize, all right, I can move at my own pace because I don't need to be there.
It's not a race.
As long as you're, exactly, it's
not a race.
not a race. As long as you're moving towards your goal at your own time and you're doing the necessary steps, you'll be fine. It really comes down to you, the individual person, because nobody else can do it for you.
Now, look, we talked about consistency, we talked about time, right? And to share a quick story, right? I think for me, when I first started just really getting into my fitness stuff and just really challenging myself to become a better overall human, because mentally, right, we all feel like, some people aren't as strong as,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm mentally strong. I need to physically be as strong as I am. So, like you said, I think consistently just being like patient and going at your own pace, you might be looking at and comparing yourself to people, and it's just like, yo, why? It might take me 3 years. I don't know how long this person's been working. So for me, it's like I'm wasting time evaluating other people's time invested, because it's gonna definitely be a negative. It's gonna make you feel like shit when you compare yourself to other people. Stop. If you really have like a dope ass goal that you really want to help yourself get better, or you want to change your career, whatever it is, find people who inspire you and just do it yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Stop watching people and start doing shit.
Yeah,
like that's what happens with the society.
It's like we're living in virtual reality, right? A lot of people, you tend to compare your life and compare your time to someone else. Like your parents are like, you didn't go to school, this person went to school. You didn't do this, by then this person did this. And it's like you have to define your reality when it comes to that. And that's where you live in your time. So I think that's what I took out of that. But that's why I love this topic, because people really don't delve into it. We get caught in the hustle and bustle of what's going on around us, where we have to take those virtual reality goggles off and just really live in your reality and appreciate what you're going through.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, it's hard sometimes, you know, like sometimes you do have your moments where you can get caught up, but it's up to you to take yourself out of that, because again, it's so easy, especially when parents or people have these expectations of you. Like that's thrown around every day, all the time. Like, they're having kids. What's going on?
What's going on with you?
You know, like you said it perfect earlier.
So actually, another guest, we're going to transition into our mailbag.
Yes.
Switch it up a
Hope
little
you're ready
bit.
to answer some questions.
So, dear Juan and Ryan, I want to be anonymous, please. Okay, so I won't blow your spot up. I'm in a relationship with a guy, and although I love where this is going, he's talking about wanting me to meet his parents already. Oh, time.
Wow.
1 month of dating. I'm very much enjoying our time together. I just don't feel like the time is right to meet them yet. It's a big step for me. Am I wrong? How long should I wait before they introduce you to their parents?
Okay, well, you're not wrong at all for feeling how you feel.
100%.
I feel like it all comes down to communication with your partner. Like, as long as, I know, like, it's cliche to say communication is key, but really, for everything, communication is key. That's what makes things move. And then his or her mind, that might be the right move for them, for you to meet them at that time. But just be open and honest. And if you're not comfortable yet, express that. And I feel like it'll be fine.
Yeah, like we're talking about time. Everybody moves at a different speed.
Right.
He might be ready. You might not be ready. Just tell him, man. You're telling us. Like, just tell them. Tell them, and look, I guarantee you they'll be understanding. If they're not, then maybe it's something you have to deal with, right? That's look, in relationships, there's always obstacles that you have to tackle and get better with. But honestly, tell him, honestly, he's just ready. He's ready. He might be ready for that commitment. You're not. And it's scary, or you're scared. So just be cautious of it.
Thing.
Yeah,
Meeting parents, like it's official now. It's like, okay,
Right.
you need to just be honest.
It's two ways. You don't want to be perceived by your parents as someone that's out there, you know, being too frugal with like the people that you're dating. And you want to also set a standard and say, these are the most important people in my life. So if you want to fit that mold, I think that you should wait until we both know each other on that level. Communication is king. Like she said, you need to really communicate, because this could be just the first hurdle in your relationship. And if you guys get past it, then awesome, then you guys are stronger for it.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
right?
it's just a month. Yeah.
Baby ass
That's
relationship.
time.
But that's what happens nowadays. A month now seems like a year, because you could text, you can FaceTime. You're overexposed now.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talk, man. Communication is key. That's it. She said it best.
Yeah.
Go talk to him. Next question is from Mary and Carteret. She says, what are some of the most influential people in your lives? They could be famous or people you actually know. Just curious where you draw your inspiration from.
Well, for myself, I kind of pull inspiration from my everyday. You know, like the people that I surround myself with, situations that happen. Now, as an artist, singer-songwriter, in that aspect, I can write a song from a bunch of different things. Not to say one song is about one person or one event. Literally, every line can be pulled from different events over the years. So I kind of just pull inspiration from that, like what happens.
So your life.
The people around me and what happens. I never really idolized someone and like, oh my God, everything they're saying is great.
Yeah.
But also a good person that is influential is Gary V.
Yeah.
Yo,
oh my God.
energy, I'm telling you, the energy here right now is good, because I swear the first thing that came to my mind is Gary V.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Insane. Like, I'll listen to his videos and like, okay, but he's mad real.
He's a little bit of a bully sometimes. Like, damn, you're right,
I kind of
Gary.
like
I
it.
think it's
I was like, damn, you're right, Gary. I'm sorry.
Instead of apologizing.
Yeah, how
Nah,
about
for
you,
sure.
man?
Gary is definitely one of mine, and Will Smith, a person up there. It's not like, oh, Will Smith's my idol, but like when Will Smith talks, whether it's serious or joking, I'm like, damn, like,
dropping gems.
yeah, I'm like, damn, by accident though. Like, and even like for me, I've always had older friends, so people who have more than me always inspired me, because I strive to have more every single day, right?
Yeah.
So if I can take that and draw it in from people who already kind of lived what I want to live or been through what I want to go through, that's inspiration. It's not specifically one person. It's just my environment that I surround myself with. So
Same for me. I think one person that we left out, I think we have the same people, is the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
oh yeah,
Wow.
shout out to The Rock.
You know, the fact that he had the $7 in his pocket, you know, his going through depression, he was broke, and he didn't want, and you look at him now, and the guy's as grounded as anyone's ever been.
Super
and I think
humble.
that I don't care about the movies, I don't care about the money, I don't care about the wrestling. I just think him as a person, he deserves a win.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to be looked at as when I get older, and it's all said and done in 20 years from now. They say that guy was a good
You want
guy.
the good
He
people to
deserves a
win.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say Dwayne, and another thing is I read a lot of books, so a lot of dead people. Not to be morbid.
All right,
but a lot of dead people. You know, I read a lot of leadership books. I read a lot of books of poetry that really just kind of like retune and recalibrate who I am. Frank O'Hara, I read a lot of his books.
Yeah.
It's a lot of poetry, and people probably don't understand, but I draw a lot of inspiration from him also.
So we appreciate those questions. Keep sending them in. We look forward to answering more on our show for sure.
Hold on, pats on the back.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
We do this with our guests, and we feel like, you know, you don't have to be on topic, but we're going to open the floor for you to address our viewers. Whatever you want to talk about, you have the floor.
Okay, so one gem that I really want to drop on you guys so that you can understand it and take it in, perceive it how you want. Protect your energy and your time at all costs. Because I've mentioned it earlier in the show. That's so precious. It's so valuable and can easily be tainted, you know?
Yeah.
So just protect that, because who you surround yourself with can really affect a lot of what you do.
Yeah.
Their mind, just a little like nudges to other things, like it's a real thing.
Yeah.
You just gotta protect that. It's beautiful, and you don't ever want that to hold you back.
It could deviate you from your path in a big way.
A very big.
Yeah.
Like that, again, we keep like circling back to it, but it's just like, it's powerful, you know?
It taints your time, honestly, the way you perceive it and everything. So
nobody wants wasted time, because that's
Be
you.
smarter.
Well, I want to say a shout out or a thank you to my entire team, because we're all working towards the same goal, and we're all helping each other, and it's just like without any of them, we wouldn't be as strong as we are.
And I'm
So,
sure.
big thanks to that.
And like you mentioned earlier, you have projects dropping, right?
Yeah, so I actually have a single that I'm going to be releasing soon. It's called Beautiful Lies. That's going to be dropping 9/19/19.
Oh, I like that
Okay.
date.
Right?
That's actually soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, very soon. And Beautiful Lies is essentially when, you know, you hear these beautiful things that are told to you. Whether it's I love you, I'm here for you, I got you, I'm there, whatever. Whatever. But although those are beautiful things to be told, sometimes the person that says it, they may not always be about it.
Yeah.
Or mean it, so it's a beautiful lie.
Yeah.
So
Oh, God,
that's
yeah.
basically
Nice.
what this song is, and I'm sure everyone at some point in their life can relate to that.
course.
Or have
We've
a
all been
story
hurt.
about it.
They lied to me.
So yeah,
nice.
Beautiful Lies, 9/19/19.
Bet. Be on the lookout at it. We'll be posting that for sure.
Yeah.
Instagram, you want to shout out or any of that
Yeah,
stuff?
so my Instagram is demi.kiara.
It's right
Yeah,
here.
it'll be placed somewhere in this vicinity and also in our description. Make sure you check that out. Follow her.
Follow her.
We'll put all of her projects in the description as well. You can check out and listen.
Thanks, guys.
Look forward to that. So I guess this is a perfect time for us to go into a Talk Down challenge.
Our Talk Down challenge is to make sure your pace is in perfect harmony with the tempo of your internal clock. And the reason I say that is you might be a firstborn or come from a family who has high expectations of you, but none of that should ever detract from the fact that you breathe your own air and you're paving your own road. When it comes to your life, only you can dictate when you're ready, unabated by the undue pressure. It's true that diamonds are created under pressure and some people thrive as such, but I shouldn't have to remind you that you were most likely born alone, except if you were twins, and chances are you'll die in your casket alone when your time is up. So repeat after me. I'm on my time all the time.
Facts. So look, be patient, have consistency. And for me, I think to understand all of that, have a plan. When you have a plan, your time makes more sense.
Yeah.
Right? You're not wasting it. You're not taking it for granted. We're going to get old, all of us, one day.
Yeah.
And we're going to look back and be like, damn, are you going to say I wasted my time or I took advantage of my time? And that's the question we ask ourselves.
And that's a way for you to be able to guard your energy, like she
Yeah,
said.
facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like time also, it's like, it's not even just numbers, it's what you do in the amount of time that
Yeah,
you have,
yeah.
what
Yeah.
you make of what you got.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, when
Absolutely.
you're living through that experience, absolutely. So the episode is over, but the conversation continues.
As always, tell a friend to tell her friend to tell all of their friends to follow us. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. If you haven't by now, yeah,
What are you
slacking.
doing? They're all
Slacking. Let's
like,
get this
some
going.
gems going
Share
on.
this, right? Make
Like
sure you
it.
turn on the bell, all of that cute stuff.
Right here.
Right? Any comments, put them below. If you have any questions, make sure to follow all of us. All of that stuff will be on the screen. And we look forward to having these conversations going forward, man. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Demi, for coming on. We appreciate
Thank you for having us.
Such a lovely
yes,
guest.
Yes. And I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation, and we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Take care.
My shit always stays
Yeah,
together.
you got to work on that.
Let it talk down when I'm not around, yeah. It's only tied down when I'm out of town, no. I don't trust many when I'm in the city. I've never been a shooter, but I keep them with me. Watch 'em